speculation in the news? On Hard Facts and get the truth analysis and experts interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If the model of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
And he dumping my mood for that whenever people are clapping, he's praising singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform.
If NBS is turning out very fake data to us because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Maryann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info, 9 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. Officially welcoming you to Hard Facts, this side of paradise. Yes, this is the nation's economic capital, and we're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in the Tamiyan Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm Maryann Okon. I love that you're tuned into the show today, because without you, there is no show. All right, we're starting off, of course, with the big three stories for today, finding out what making headlines and what is interesting to you politically, obviously. We're looking at the big political headlines for today. And then, of course, on the 4 o'clock hour, would be going into the communities in and around Lagos for Community You Report, where you are the reporter. You tell us exactly what's happening within your community that needs the attention of government, or the fact that government has paid attention to what's happening in your community and you want to thank them for it and ask for more, as because we are Oliver Twist. And most importantly, call out political office holders who have not done their jobs, and also praise the ones who have done their jobs. On the 5 o'clock hour, we'll be talking about the future of opposition politics in Nigeria, as Bolaji Abdullahi, who is the national spokesperson of the ADC, joins us on the 5 o'clock hour. Hopefully he's able to get done with all his activities and join us. But if he doesn't, he will send someone in his stead. In the meantime, we're hoping that he joins us on the 5 o'clock hour to have that conversation. What is the future of the ADC and opposition politics in Nigeria? With all the recent wave of defections, is there anything to hold on to in terms of opposition politics? Well, that will be the show today. But first, let's stop over with the big three stories and let you know exactly what to expect. Welcome to the show, Lagos.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the big three stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
This is Hard Facts.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three.
On Hard Facts. On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome to the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's start with Delta police operatives arresting 4 cultists initiating a 5-year-old boy forcing alcohol into his mouth. I saw that video yesterday. I cannot play it on social media. I can't play it on our live stream because I don't want to continuously promote that. So I'd rather not play that video. But it was a very disturbing video of this barely 5-year-old child. They stuffed alcohol into his mouth, tried to slap him about. And they were all cultists, of course, wearing some red berets or something funny. I don't even care. And I thought that was really disturbing. And I saw a lot of people tagging the Nigeria police force to say, look, this is just unacceptable. Why do you let such a thing happen or hold sway in this country? Is this what we've turned the country into? The fact that these guys have it's the audacity for me, the temerity to post this on social media. You've got to be mad to post such a terrible thing on social media. That is terrible. It's despicable to a 5-year-old. And even if you did it to an 11 or a 12 or a 15 or a 25-year-old, it is not lawful to do such a thing. And who told you that you were allowed to carry out initiations on live on social media and post it? It's the sheer stupidity for me. Anyway, the police in Delta State have arrested they have arrested 4 suspected cultists in connection with that disturbing video showing the initiation of a toddler into a cult group in Sapele, Delta State. The terrified child was seen crying and struggling as the men carried out the ritual-like act. The shocking footage, which has been circulating across social media, shows the suspects blindfolding the child and forcing him to drink alcohol while chanting initiation words. However, in a statement yesterday, the spokesperson of the Delta State Police Command, SP Bright Edafe, said the 4 suspects linked to the act have been apprehended. He said, and I quote, "These suspects have been arrested for the evil they did to that innocent child." I think we've lost every sense of humanity and every form of value and respect. It's like everything's gone to the dogs in this country. Literally, everything's gone to the dogs. And social media seems to be a place where all kinds of nonsense plays out. I'm really infuriated, but I must thank the police force for swinging into action. Let's move away from that. That's not necessarily the biggest of our stories, but let's go to the very big story today. Now, of course, for those of you who've been following the supposed coup plot or coup attempt, foiled coup attempt. While the ADC is speaking, one of the things I'm going to be asking him if he joins me later on the show. This is a story from the Daily Trust newspaper saying, address Nigerians on alleged coup plot. ADC tells the federal government. What are they saying? The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has cautioned the federal government against using the reports of an alleged coup plot as a pretext to clamp down on opposition leaders or subject dissenting voice to unlawful surveillance. In a statement signed by its National Publicity Secretary, Malam Bolaji Abdullahi, the party said it views any threat to Nigeria's democratic order, with utmost seriousness. In fact, the party warned that the government must not exploit the situation to instill fear, to suppress dissent, or seek political advantage under the guise of national security. The ADC said it had been closely following reports linking some arrested military officers to a purported coup plot and subsequent media claims that a former Southern governor is being investigated for allegedly funding the suspects. This is what he said, and I'd like to quote it and then I'll move on. While we vehemently oppose any effort to undermine Nigeria's constitutional order, we're equally concerned about the potential misuse of such allegations to justify political witch hunts, suppress dissent, or manipulate public sentiment, the statement read. End of quote. And remember, I asked you, if there was a coup plot, who are the coup plotters? Why is it shrouded in secrecy? Secondly, why is it that there's always a coup plot or an attempt to unseat the president just before any serious protest? It happened last year. And little children were paraded on television, minors, as people who were trying to unseat the president. And then, of course, we have one over the weekend. And there are those who strongly believe that there might have been a coup plot. The president ran back into the country. Remember, where Kofi was asking that, is there a problem in Nigeria? Why did the president cut short his trip? Also, the IG of police ran back into the country when he was out of the country for an event, and he cut short his trip and ran back. Maybe there's something really brewing Or is this just another propaganda to, reel us in and distract us from what we should be advocating and pressing for? It could go anyway. But the ADC is saying, address it. Don't sweep it under the carpet. You brought it to. And don't forget, the army on the one hand is saying this is bollocks. It never happened. We're in total support of democracy. What are you guys saying? Can the president address this issue once and for all, as they address every other thing? Please. All right, let's go to Kano. Well, we hear that the Kano State, Katsina, Jigawa State are planning this 50 billion naira fund to set up a regional electricity market. Now, that's great news. Really great news. There are those who would say kudos to the Buhari administration for unbundling this thing and allowing for states and regions to be able to handle their own power. And we see we see a state doing very well when it comes to power in Abia State, and other states can follow suit. So, there was an agreement that was signed or reached during a high-level electrification summit in Marrakesh, Morocco, with the push that is expected to expand the scale of embedded generation, solar home systems, and grid extension, and even mini grids. The government of Kano, Katsina, and Jigawa states have reached an advanced stage of talks to establish a regional electricity market, and they aim to raise 50 billion naira to fast track the access to power among consumers. Also, the states are looking to acquire equity stakes in Future Energies Africa, the core investor in Kano Electricity Distribution Company, according to a press release posted on X yesterday by Umar Farouk, the public relations officer of the Ministry of Power and Energy in Kano State. The expectation is that the share acquisition will boost KEDCO's strategic direction and improve electricity distribution in the region. The issue is, when the money is disbursed, can we trust that they will follow through with the process? We've had very beautiful, amazing strategic partnerships across the different regions in the country. Most of them still in the pipeline. Can we trust the process? And finally, Mr. President is talking to the judiciary. Be incorruptible. Tinubu charges the Nigerian judiciary. We draw our moral distinction as a people from the judiciary, and we owe it the reverence and autonomy to remain the last sanctuary for our collective conscience. End of quote. And that's from Mr. President. He has charged the Nigerian judiciary to remain steadfast, impartial, and incorruptible, dispensing justice, warning that the breakdown of any society begins with those entrusted with interpreting its laws before when that becomes compromised. In fact, he said that his administration is committed to improving the welfare and working conditions of judicial officers, noting that the recent remuneration reviews were part of a broader effort to strengthen judicial independence. That's the president of the judiciary. But how do we, the people, or rather, how can the judiciary work to make sure that it regains the confidence and trust of the people? Because back in the day, you'd refer to the judiciary as the last hope for the common person. Just like Mr. President has said, if the judiciary breaks down, then the country is in total comatose. Can we trust our judicial system? And don't forget, we're gradually getting to a campaign season, and then before you know it, it's election season. The judiciary plays a huge role. Can we trust it? These are the big stories for today. But remember what happened yesterday, the protest in Abuja. The police had come out to say, oh, well, we didn't use the live ammunitions. There was no such thing. It's just tear gas. There are those who are still alleging that they picked up pellets, bullet pellets. Now, we cannot ascertain that until evidence is presented. But yesterday, also here in Lagos, my very good friend Yemi Adamulekun, who is the executive director of Enough is Enough movement, went to the toll gate yesterday to keep a wreath, obviously, in memory of those who were killed on October 2020. Just take a look at what the police did to her. She was laying a wreath. There was no procession. She was just laying a wreath. And she was harassed by the police. This video is courtesy of News Central. It has no audio, but just watch and see what transpired yesterday at the toll gate here in Lagos, and then I'll take you to Abuja. And she was harassed by the So that's the clip. If you're watching on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube, that's Yemi Adamuleko there in the black t-shirt being harassed by police officers. The wreath was torn into pieces, obviously scattered, struggling with her. And literally, it's a busy road. She just went there to lay a wreath on the memorial of the NSAS shooting. And these were not necessarily police officers. I think they were maybe man of war or something. I don't know, but these guys were stationed there. They passed up the John Tax Force. You know that the security agency vehicles just stationed there at that place all the time. Is there a problem in laying a wreath at a place where people were actually killed, even though the government continues to lie and play the ostrich? What is wrong in laying a wreath? And why should anybody be harassed in that way? I mean, if you're watching the video, what is the problem? Because we might be wrong. Maybe wreath laying at the toll gate is prohibited and we didn't get the memo. But that's Yemi Adamuleko, the executive director of Enough is Enough. And that video is courtesy of News Central. Now, let me take you to Abuja. Don't forget that the police had claimed that it was just pellets. I mean, yesterday the police was grilled on Channels Television, asked why they couldn't use water cannons, why they always have to use tear gas, etc., etc. Remember our good friend Benjamin Hundeyin, who used to be the police public relations officer here in Lagos. He's been promoted to the police public relations officer nationally, and he was on television yesterday. Used to be this is what he had to say. He was on Channels Television. This video, I beg your pardon, is courtesy of Channels Television, but take a listen closely to what he had to say, and then of course I'll open up the phone lines in a bit, but let's go on a quick break.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
As we mark another client service week, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, and Ariwa Radio want to thank and appreciate our reputable clients for your continuous patronage to our brands. Arla Foods, United Bank of Africa, Leadway Assurance, ARM, Zenith Bank, MasterCard, LifeScore Bet, Bet Niger, Sosa Drink, Hero Hunter, Pocari Sweat, Bet Power, Pepsi, Supreme Noodles, Avon HMO, Lafarge, Access Bank, Sweet Nutrition Limited, PZ Cousins, Secno, Xiaomi, and many more. We assure you that our outstanding and timely service delivery will always be our priority as we offer more to serve you better.
This November, the Battle of Voices returns. Lagos's brightest secondary schools step into the arena. Each one daring to say, I beg to differ. On November 10th, the season 9 of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament begins. Passion, logic, and wit will collide, but only one school will claim the crown. I Beg to Differ Season 9, not just a debate. It's a war of words. Who will rise? Who will fall? Who will be champion? November 10th, 2025. Lagos's voices. Lagos's future. Nigeria's best of the best. The best. For sponsorship inquiries, email info@nigeriainfo.fm. That is info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ. The Tournament of Champions.
Say hello, Lagos. Hello, Port Harcourt. Hello, Abuja. This is Kids FM, the family fun radio. Kids FM is packed with exciting drama, engaging games, inspiring stories, great music, and the kind of conversations that bring families even closer. From sunrise to sunset, we've got something special for everyone in the family. Kids FM is fun for children, cool for teens and just perfect for parents. It's more than radio.
It's packed with educational content such as language shows, quizzes, storytelling, fun fact, and many more.
It's a family experience you can count on every single day. So, wherever you are, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, or anywhere around the world, you can tune in live on 101.7 Kids FM or stream online at kidsfm.ng. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at kids.fm.ng for all the fun updates, giveaways, and behind-the-scene moments. Kids FM, let's play!
Welcome to 99.3 Nigeria Info.
ASU for the billionth time is on strike.
The constitution, we need to revisit it. The power is much on one man.
What are we going to do in our nation?
My question about these defections is, whose purpose or interest?
These people are de-educating Nigeria.
They are paying so much attention to themselves, not to national issues.
The opposition splits of a whole shift plan.
Nigeria seems to be one of the worst countries where you have leadership.
The day Atiku will say, Peter Obi, I support you. That is the day election will end.
No state governor threatening to send any of them that failed to wear a Shiwaju cap.
Biggest problem we have in Nigeria, it is the judiciary and
If you don't support the person, don't vote for him.
Every voice comes alive. Stay locked. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Understanding Nigeria starts with asking better questions. Hard facts on Nigeria Info, the nation's #1 talk, news and sports radio station. Let's talk.
And talk we shall. Let's quickly listen to Benjamin Hunde and then we'll start the conversation proper. The phone lines are open 0201 2770993 0201 465 7190. You could join the conversation on X. Use the hashtag HardFacts. You could also join us on WhatsApp. It's 08095975805. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. Post your comments on our live stream. Let's go. But first, here's the police spokesperson on Channels Television.
Protest of today.
Yes, we did. We got a court order specifically about this protest and restricting protests from certain areas like the Aso Villa, the Supreme Court, the National Assembly, Eagle Square, the Force Headquarters, and Shehu Shagari Way. And the court order says protesters are restricted from going to these areas. And as a law enforcement agency, we are duty bound to enforce that court order.
So it was the Nigerian police force that went on behalf of the IGP, went to the court. This was on Wednesday, on
Friday.
It was on Friday.
Yeah.
Were you able to secure the court order? Because I understand that the court was supposed to sit on that matter today, but that never held.
Well, I'm talking about Friday. We approached the court and we got the court order.
There is a valid court order from, is it just Domotosho's court?
There is a valid court order from Federal High Court in Abuja, and that is what we enforced today. It came out on Friday.
So on what grounds did the police want those specific areas to be isolated from the protesters?
You see, FCT is very big. You can protest anywhere and your voices will still be heard. It will still be reported by the press. And these are critical infrastructure that need to be protected. And don't forget that these are places where protests have happened in the past and things were destroyed. We have records of that. So it's our duty as an agency, it's our mandate to protect life and property, to ensure law and order. So whatever step we need to take to achieve that mandate is what we'll take. All lawful steps, and that was what we did. So we took that step in order to protect the critical infrastructure in those areas.
Is it about critical infrastructure or about protecting the powerful against the average person? Because the average person that went on the street today, these places that you are mentioning, the National Assembly, the Aso Villa, all of these are places where you find the powerful and the mighty in Nigeria. Is that what you are protecting?
Definitely not. Like I said, no matter where.
I would have loved to play that part for you, but then you can guess what the answer was, obviously. Well, the phone lines are open. Let's talk Lagos. I'm losing my voice, so I'm trying to retain what's left of it while I let you do the talking. The phone lines are open 0201 277 0993 0201 465 7190. That's for the ladies. Don't forget, you have 60 seconds. Go straight to the point. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Go lick Tom now. My name is Robert. Don't mind me. Maryann, the spokesman for the police said their duty is to protect life and property. Is he aware that life is being sniffed out of some Nigerians daily in some part of the country? I don't know, maybe he's aware. If you go to Borno, if you go to Nara, if you go to Zamfara, if you go to Benue, everywhere, kidnapping, killing every day, and he said their duty is to protect life and properties. You cannot come on air and begin to make mockery. His statement to me is mockery. You cannot value property than human being. The same way the president declared state of emergency in Rivers State because of oil facilities, and the life of people is not even meaningful to him. So what are we talking about? Then the judiciary that the president said the charge to be incorruptible. Wike said he will build more houses for them. I don't know what the president is talking about. When you build judges, when you build the houses for judges by 2000, all judges will have houses and this and that. You see, let us just listen to that statement. But I know, just for honorary speaking sake, my sister. Thank you very much, Maryann.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. 020127709993. The lady 0201465719. On WhatsApp it's 0809597580. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. I'd love to see your post on our live stream. Hello.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
My name is Ambrose.
Go ahead.
The last time I checked, democracy is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. But in Nigeria here, democracy is for those that are in power. I am happy that Mr. Tinubu became the president, because we will have said that he was the greatest Democrat that never became the president. Everything that he demonstrated against is breaking the record. He protested, now he doesn't want people to protest. When NLC and all the labor unions were protesting, he supported them. He was always coming on air to talk. Now, ordinary people that were protesting yesterday, since Tinubu became president, they never allow people to protest. They will go to court. Was there no court during the time that he was pushing for people to protest? They said, the last time I also checked, they said your voice can be heard, but you can have your say, but you may not have your way. You don't even have a say, talk less of having your way. And they are just at the top, sharing the loot. They are not doing anything about governance. The people are not happy.
All right, thank you, Ambrose.
Maryann. Okay, thank you.
Your time is up. I just need to take all the calls. So 60 seconds, guys. Let's be very conscious so we can have others chime in. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Princess Maryann Okon. This is Pastor Ladipo.
Welcome, Pastor
Calling
Ladipo.
you from Orile in Sarigon. I want to quickly say this. These police people are very funny people. Are these not the same people that doesn't obey court order? That even overnight, within 12 hours, I mean 24 hours, they said they secured. The painful part was that they would have asked them to display that court order that they said they secured. The presenter would have asked them, sorry, can you display the court order so that they can see it? It's so painful. Sometimes I ask questions. What happened to water cannon that they choose to use tear gas? Why must they be using force and power? Lastly, Oga Tinubu said the judges and the courts should not be corrupt. You don't understand. Do you know there is a way you can induce somebody to a point where the person might not be able to say no to you? There's a way you can be giving somebody gift and giving the person gift. It got to a point, the person will, when you do anything, the person might not say anything wrong with it.
All right.
Thank God. May God save this nation.
Thank you very much. I think that, like I said, God is trying to save all the nations that really do need help. We, I don't know. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Thomas calling from.
All right, Thomas, go ahead.
Calling from.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Nigerian police trained the Nigerians to obey court order. This same person that Nigeria were protesting, some of Nigeria were protesting for him. How many times has court granted this man better, let this man go, and Nigerian government is pushing? So if Nigerian government cannot respect court order, they expect the citizens to respect court order, right? We are in for it. It will get to everybody. and it will get to the point where Nigeria will say enough is enough.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. I'm so sorry. Do call me back if that was you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann Okon.
Welcome. Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is the Nation man. Obtaining court order in the face of not allowing the order of the court to prevail is high level of hypocrisy. It was the same yesterday that one Udele from the southeast also staged a parallel protest to push for not releasing Kano. And Nigerian police didn't even see him, and all of them that convene for that aspect of protest. You see, people who use propaganda, protest, blackmailing, and all manner of vicious activities to climb to power have devised a means of clamping down on the same tactics they used to ascend to power. It is only time that will tell, because all these things going on in Nigeria, like I said, is a question of time.
All right.
And
thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Good evening. This is Kenny from Shomolu.
Hello,
Hi, Maryann.
Kenny. Hi.
Yes. Yeah. So, the president's address was by Shetima at the UN General Assembly, demanding that we have a permanent seat in the Security Council or something like that. This is my suggestion to Mr. President. Fix the infrastructural, systemic, social, economic deficits in the nation, and you would now be in a better position to represent Africa, because if you would not allow people to demonstrate because you are concerned about security issues, there's a huge deficit in our country. Fix us first. God bless Nigeria. Have a good one.
Thank you, Kenny. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Mazude.
Namazude. Yes. Maryann, yes, Tinubu is a gentleman, to my own understanding. But Tinubu and the Buhari, they cannot do anything in APC, because APC is a foreign party. It's not a Nigerian party.
Hey.
It's my first party.
Anything
they say.
Which one is a foreign party? Mazude, where did you get your facts from?
They started 2012 for Jota till today. Everything they say is a lie. No any truth. And can you tell me Tinubu is stopping people not to protest? And he's a protester. So if he's in charge, he wouldn't have been doing it. If Buhari is in charge during his own time, he wouldn't have been doing the same thing.
Okay.
So the people of Nigeria are not in charge. They are just wajoko in APC. Just sit down there, just be a ceremonial officer. Okay. Whatever we say, we do it.
All
there
right.
are foreign parties are controlling Nigeria.
Okay.
So Nigeria should take over.
Thank you very much for calling, Zizi Wajoko. 0201-277-0993. Don't forget, if you're listening to us from outside of the country, you want to be part of the conversation, you can call us on WhatsApp. It's 08095975. 805. That's 08095975 Better so you can send me a WhatsApp message if you cannot call us. On X, use the hashtag Hard Facts. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. I want to see your thoughts and comments on our live stream. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Ochanya Maryann Okon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Pete Obon from Shongotedo. I think I have listened to Hundeyi, fine gentleman, but however, from his statement I can pick, I think I disagree with him. If you are saying that those highbrow areas are the areas that they should they should not go, that they should go to other places, you cannot tell me that the whole Abuja should only be protected at only those highbrow areas. If they have gone to Kubwa, is Kubwa not part of Abuja they should protect? So I disagree with Hundeyi, you understand? So
there are no critical infrastructure in Kubwa to be protected, according to him.
It doesn't mean it's not about critical. So it's all about critical infrastructure. If the protesters decide to go to Kubwa or something is happening in Kubwa, the president is in Kubwa, will they not go to Kubwa? I think for me, there's no truth in this. However, I think Shewa just asking critical questions just to protect the high and mighty. So we are less important, and that's what it says. The police, and tomorrow when they retire, they want the civilians to come fight for them. When they retire, you have to check this. You understand? It is not fair. That's the Nigerian police will have. It's where the money are. They go. Right. Good afternoon, Maryann.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. If you are listening to us from the diaspora, I want to take your call now. So go ahead and call. I would take your calls right now. But in the meantime, let me read some messages that are coming in on WhatsApp. Someone here says, David from Songota, thank you very much. I do appreciate your message, David. This one says, you can imagine the same police Nigerians fought to have a better pay in 2020. The same police that do not obey court orders are now telling protesters where to go and where not to go during a protest. The hypocrites Nigerian police think they will stop Nigerians when the right time comes. How many will they chase, wound or kill? Tinubu has destroyed Nigeria's democracy and he's the grandfather of propaganda. Nigerians are coming soon and hand will touch every one of them. Messi from Festac. Which hand are we talking about? Let me take this call from England, I suppose. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. Uche.
Hey, hello, Maryann. Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm listening to your show and great one as usual.
Thank you.
Maryann, I just want to say a few things, and I would like you to, kindly pay attention. There was a certain president in the history of Nigeria who, at one point, sought a third term, and then, thankfully, the Senate stood their grounds and said no. Thankfully, we had a Senate president, I think it was Nnamani at the time. Now, you know who I'm talking about, Obasanjo's tenure. Now, one question, was Obasanjo's tenure as high-handed as what we have today? No, it wasn't. Was Obasanjo's government, in terms of performance, whatever, was it better than what we have today? By far. Now, look at it this way. Whether you like it or not, Nigeria has been captured. Now, if this president decides to say, okay, let me test my feet with the third term agenda, do you sincerely think we have a Senate that will say no? We don't. We don't. So that's a question. That's a poser for Nigerians to think about, because with these people in power, nothing is beyond them. You see what happens every day.
Uche, you have 10 seconds.
I've finished, my sister. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. We're still taking your thoughts and comments. Let's go back to WhatsApp. If you're listening from outside of the country, you want to participate, call us via WhatsApp. It's 0809-5975805. This one here says, Kenny, someone is toasting you here. It says, I will be a good husband to her, beg. Who told you that Kenny's single? Anyway, someone here says, I'm AAA from a job. Are people telling me that protesters should be allowed to carry out their anger on the seat of government? Why are we like this? This type of attitude. What exactly are you talking about, AAA? And what in that protest did you see that was anger? They carried placards. They wanted to stand in front of the government house to do it. Like I said yesterday, the first time I ever went to the United States, I visited the Capitol and I went to the White House. Everywhere surrounding the gates of that White House, there are protesters protesting for different things every single day with placards. They're not breaking down anything. They are protesting. They're there in their numbers. Nobody's harassing them. Nobody's stopping them. If you go to CNN right now, there are protests going on in the US and they've called their president all kinds of things. But they are protesting, going about their business. They fill the streets. I think it's called the No King protest. Nobody's beating them. Nobody's taking over. Nobody. Because they're citizens of that country and they have a right constitutionally to protest. Now, when the protest does go sideways, that's when there's a problem. But half the time, they're allowed to protest. Peaceful processions across the world. It's happening everywhere in the world. But in Nigeria's case, you're not allowed to protest. And if you must protest, you have to go to the police to receive. Why? And no one really challenges these things. And we have lawyers and we have the NBA. Nobody really challenges these things. We just take it and, and so Hundayin can come on TV and tell us whatever he likes. And tell us that, you can go everywhere else. But you see that Aso Rock, you cannot go there. Why? Is it the president's personal house? Did he build it with his personal money? No. So AAA, I disagree with you. Someone here says, okay, let's see. Christopher Nemeke says, the people in power should just release Nnamdi Kanu or hand him over to the judge for final judgment rather than playing politics with him. Okay, all right. This one here says, in retrospection, and just to juxtapose it to what Mr. Ambush said about Tinubu becoming the president, Buhari, the destroyer of good and great things, didn't cling to the seat for the first citizen in Nigerian people. Possibly you, Maryann, would have said the Nigeria had missed an angel. How? Did you ever hear me? Have you ever heard me campaign for anyone? I don't care about Nigerian politicians. So you never hear me say, I mean, it's like when people say, oh, Yaradua would have been the best president. Nobody could have been the best president until you experience them. And so, Jeremiah, I'm not going to read the rest of your message because you already are thinking that you're presuming. And if you know me very well, I never campaign for anyone. Never. And if you follow the things that I say, you'd know that I'm critical of every single person, whether it's Goodluck, whether it's Obasanjo, whether it's Yaradua, whether it's Peter Obi, the one that everyone thinks is an angel. I don't campaign for anyone. So, Jeremiah, you are mistaken. Have a good day. Ayo here says, it's now a crime, I beg your pardon, to protest peacefully under democracy. People are now restricted. Laying wreath at Lekki Tollgate is now not allowed. ADC may be right. Federal government needs to come clean about this coup allegations. He says, we hail thee. Adegoke here says, the main aim of this APC government is to put fear in people not to speak up or protest, and they are jolly well successful at that to a very large extent. This is a narcissistic personality, and that is dangerous for democracy that we claim to practice. This APC government is evil, and their supporters are inclusive. Okay, and their supporters inclusive. Okay, I'm sure you mean included. This one says, what ADC is saying is what Nigerians are waiting for from the federal government is to clarify about the coup attempt. Safiano from Kano. Yeah, because if the army say there was no coup attempt, the federal government is saying, well, we have a governor. We are suspecting a southwest governor. Excuse me, can you come out and tell us exactly what to believe? Do you remember what I said yesterday? The reason why we have people constantly from outside of the country laying claims to preposterous things like, oh, it's just Christians they're killing in Nigeria, is because the government has refused to come out and be straightforward with their communication, be succinct and clear. They play hanky-panky and ping-pong with the issue of security. That's why we're where we are. Until the government's information dissemination is clear, succinct, and united, because Bayo will say this one, NIA will say this one, just and then 24 hours later they will walk back. I've never seen a government really. So if we cannot be able to corroborate these stories or just come out in one voice and say this is what it is, QED, we're going to continue to have funny people wake up every day and instigate or whip up sentiments because you have failed in your job in dealing with the issue of insecurity. Someone here says, let the police spokesperson polish whatever he wants to tell us any way he likes. Answers at 5 in my mind as they spill the blood of innocence the spilled blood of the innocent is haunting us. Those who have not learned any lesson from that incident are disrupting protests, oppressing voices of dissent. They should beware. When did this government start obeying court orders? Time is ticking against authoritarianism. Until cleansing of the land is done, it may just be the worst of us. The wrath of God is already heavy on us, Steve says. God again has been brought into our politics. This is from Olushogajai. He says, amid Nigeria's enduring spirit, protests for Nnamdi Kanu's release echo a truth that silence fuels oppression. His detention challenges us to seek accountability and justice through peaceful advocacy, uniting, not dividing, our nation in the pursuit of fairness and freedom. You sound like a statement that we're supposed to give at some political rally, Lushaga. Aisha from Echiosa says, Aisha, this message obviously is not for me. This one says, hello, Maryann. The reason is the kind of politics we practice here. After all the money these people spend to get in, why won't they be desperate to see any protest as a threat to them remaining in power? Isn't that the same mindset that Buhari had as well? They don't do that in the US. We are uncivilized here, I beg, he says. Now what? Let me go to Facebook Live quickly because I'm almost out of time. I want to be able to read all your messages before we wrap things up here. I might have time after the quick break. John Bennett says, Tinubu telling the judiciary to be incorruptible makes me laugh. Okay. AB Ambo here on Facebook Live says, bad governance is like a cube of sugar on the ground. It will attract soldier ants. After the denial of a coup plot, I think politicians should know that good governance is the only way to keep soldiers in the barracks. Big Murphy here on Facebook Live says, after watching the video of the lady harassed by security operatives at Lekki Toll Gate, I've concluded that Nigeria is truly a place for everything, including animals, he says. Donatus Odi here says, Nigeria can never regain trust in judiciary, not now, not in the future. Wow. Why so, I don't know, pessimistic? Why? Femi Dada, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of you who are sending in your messages. I do appreciate it. Let me go to YouTube Live. Kenneth is saying our numbers 0201 277 0993 if you want to call us on our phone line 0201 277 0993. Ade Baba says Army is not the one that said they are investigating a former governor. The Premium Times and Daily Trust report is claiming an unconfirmed source. I don't think it's the Army that said any. I don't think I also said that the Army is saying no such thing happened. Okay, no such thing happened. So what the ADC is saying is let the government come out and tell us exactly what it is, what the status is. Was there a coup plot or not? Because the Army is saying one thing, and we're hearing so many. Do you see what I'm saying? Too much disinformation, and no one knows exactly what is truth, what is false, what is propaganda. Hence, there's room for people to make up all kinds of things and push it out. That's why Ted Cruz can wake up and tell us that there's only Christians we're killing in this country. Preposterous. We're going to go on a quick break, a quick 2-minute break. And when we come back, I've got time to take a few more calls and your messages. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hard Facts with Maryann Okon. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Are you ready to showcase your brand to the heartbeat of Africa's broadcasting industry? At Africast 2025, the premier gathering of broadcasters, content creators, and media innovators, your business gets the spotlight it deserves. From October 20th to 24th at the Balmoral Convention Center, Sheraton, Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria, thousands of industry leaders and decision makers will connect, explore, and invest in the future of broadcasting. Book your exhibition booth today and put your products, services, and ideas in front of the people who matter most. Don't just attend Africast 2025. Be seen, be heard, and be inspired. Visit www.africastexpo.com or email info@nbc.gov.ng to secure your registration now. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now, launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it! Oh, sorry, you did it. Now you can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Understanding Nigeria starts with asking better questions. Hard Facts on Nigeria Info, the nation's number one talk, news and sports radio station. Let's talk.
All right, I'm going to come to X quickly and read some messages. Jonathan says, which judiciary? The stolen and corrupt judiciary arm of APC, hence you always hear go to court. Jonathan Igbo here on X. John Bernard says, Tinubu says the judiciary should be steadfast in delivering justice. I will take this as a joke, he says. Joy Forever on X here says, it may be a way to arrest opposition who obey court orders. And okay, obviously it's talking about the protests. Who obeys court orders in Nigeria? We can't even protest bad governance again. I hope Katsina, Kano and Jigawa are able to provide light. Maybe it will discourage banditry because industries will spring up. Well, that's it. The news comes up at the top of the hour. On the other side, let's go into our communities for Community U Report. But on the 5 o'clock hour, is Nigeria sliding into a one-party state? Well, governors, lawmakers are all defecting. Well, Bolaji Abdullahi joins me on the 5 o'clock hour. He's the spokesperson of the ADC at the national level to talk opposition politics in Nigeria. Stay with us. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon.
Hard Facts with Maryann Okon. We'll be right back. With your opinions in your voice. Join the conversation on Nigeria's first talk radio station.
It is the police and the law enforcement agents you have endangered.
What does this tell you as a Nigerian?
Go to court is part of the corrupt architectural...
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.